right, what up, guys? So let's get to it. Happy Monday night for you guys here. So we're gonna be talking about a little bit on daily charts for a couple pairs here for you guys. Gonna keep making these videos for you guys. So, oh, not you, Jay. US 30, pretty strong move for US 30. What's gonna get tricky at this point is since it's at an all-time high, I'd probably be looking to sell based on this thing is pretty much overbought, but like I said, you never know what's gonna happen with US 30. Plus, Joe Biden has announced I guess he announced a lot of stuff, especially for the infrastructure bill. What else? A lot of money being put into the inflation for the economy to grow even more. So they're trying to stimulate the economy even more. So that's pretty interesting to see. Like I said, what's gonna be the most interesting part is what's gonna happen at the end of this year with Wall Street and with the S&P 500. S&P 500 is breaking all-time high again, back up here, and like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to shoot this thing, you know, even higher before we hit the recession again. Now, a lot of people are talking about the recession was with COVID, but I don't really foresee that as a recession because it was such a short term at this point. So what's bound to happen is I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen with the real estate market. But I'll go back here, US 30. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing actually retraces down. That's what I'm looking at. And US dollar did go down, like I said, as the anticipation is to sell. Now, the most important thing is that US dollar is still trying to hang on to its gains right here from 92 and trying to see if it can come back to 93. Gold is very tricky at this point, but overall it is going down instead of going up. Now we gotta wait and see what the fundamental news is gonna be to pop up on that. And like I said, the big news for this week is the federal interest rate decision, which is on Wednesday. UJ, not a whole lot for US dollar to Japanese yen here. So with USD JPY, I'm just seeing a lot of mixed signals on this point, and it's so undecided to where the direction is going to go because yes, it is still at a high price, but also at the same time, it's not creating anything higher. It's just stuck in between here. As far as for the pound did shoot up. Best time to buy the pound was at 136. It's losing a lot of steam right here at 138, so not a whole lot of buying power at this point. And like I said, we're still in Tokyo sessions, so don't get too caught up because we're still in Tokyo sessions. And like I said, who knows what's gonna happen later on when London opens up. Euro GBP. Now I'm actually looking to sell this thing due to the fact that it's been going back down again. But then again, what could be really tricky is that if the pound actually does go back down, because overall it is still on a downtrend. If you were to draw this trend line on daily, right? Pretty interesting to see this trend line, right? So if you were to draw a trend line, I'm not gonna draw it, but if you draw this trend line, you can. Oh, my bad. But you guys get the drift of what I'm talking about here. So you take the trend line up here, take up here, and then draw it down, and you can see that it is still not breaking enough highs. Okay, so that is a pretty interesting point right here. Euro did go up. Now, what's going to be interesting? I'm going to say the word interesting quite a bit now. What's going to be interesting is there's not a whole lot of buying and there's not a whole lot of selling. It looks like a lot of consolidation at this price at 118, and it needs to keep going to retest this previous resistance close to 119. Break that and then come back and test 119.5. Breaks this, then there's nothing else until we come back to 121 and 122.5. And then we'll see if it breaks 123. But that's long term. U-Swiss, not a whole lot. Bunch of consolidation at this point. Looks like it wants to retrace at this session, but then overall it is still going down. So just another factor. I would recommend scalping versus swinging. That's just my take on it. Only there's very few pairs that I don't really foresee on swinging at all for this week. I would recommend just scalping. UCAD fell pretty hard last week. I'm looking for it to keep going back down. Probably back down to retest this right here, the 123 price. That's what I'd be looking at first, and then breaks that, then test this here at 120 and 125, 120. That's pretty much it. Let's look at Australia. Australia and New Zealand are they hit bottom here, and I'm looking to buy for it to retest. Well, for Australia, I'm looking for it to buy to retest 74.5 and 75 here. And like I said, same thing with New Zealand because New Zealand broke down here and then it came back up. What's going to be tricky right now is that it looks like they want to shoot this thing back down tonight, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow morning for New York sessions if they shoot this up because for New York sessions today, the US dollar actually fell. So we'll see if that happens again for tomorrow morning. Other than that, that's it, guys. Happy Monday night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday.